and welcome to Statistics with your host, Naomi Gomez. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a normal distribution with a mean of 18 and a standard deviation of 6. So basically, in this problem, we are asked to find what percent of students scored 12 or lower on their SATs. Like I said before, the mean is 18 and the standard deviation is 6. That being said, we were also asked to use the 68%, 95%, 99.7 rule in order to find the percentage of 12 of students who got 12 or lower on their ACTs. So what the 68%, 95%, and 99.7% rule states is the middle 68% of the normal distribution is one standard deviation away from the mean. Middle 68%. The middle 95% states that, oops, let me draw that a little farther away, that the middle 95% is 2 standard deviations away from the mean. That's a negative 2 standard deviations, positive 2 standard deviations away from the mean. And lastly, the middle 99.7% of the normal distribution is 3 standard deviations away from the mean. Now that we know what the 68%, 95%, and 99.7% rule means, we can find our information. So, I will use brown. Our normal distribution, if the mean is 18 with a standard deviation of 6, that means 12 would be right here, and that is 1 standard deviation, -1 standard deviations to be exact. 12 is -1 standard deviations away from the mean. So what that means is if the mean is in the middle, that means that is 50% of the data. So this 50, that's a 5, 50% of the data. If 12 is here and that's -1 standard deviations, that means that's half of 68%. So we can conclude, let me do this in a different color. We can conclude that this is 34% of data because that's half of 68. So we can add these two numbers together. Well, first we should convert them into decimals, and we'll do that right over here on this side. So 0.34 plus 0.50, that's 0.84, yes, 0.84. Now, that's not what we asked, that's not what the question asked, because this is all the data from the right of 12. What we want is everything to the left of 12. So what we would do is subtract 1 by 0.84, and that gives us 0.16. We move the decimal 2 places to the right and get 16%. So our final answer is 16% of students got a 12 or lower on their ACTs. Thank you for joining me. I'm Naomi Gomez, signing off.